Look at the modern world. Look at the empires of glass and steel built by the financial elite. They look invincible, but the foundation is completely rotten. We live in an era where the architects of collapse never face the consequences of their actions. A CEO runs a bank into the ground, destroys the life savings of 1 million families, and walks away with a $50 million severance package. They privatize the profits and they socialize the losses. When there is gold to be made, they keep it all. When the roof caves in, they make sure it falls on you. They hide behind legal fictions. Limited liability. It literally means, if I make a mistake, I am not responsible. They have successfully separated power from consequence. But it wasn't always this way. If you want to know how a true civilization forces its leaders to be honest, we have to leave the glass towers. We must go back nearly 4,000 years to the scorching sands of Mesopotamia, where responsibility was written in blood. Welcome to Babylon. The year is 1750 BC. This is not a civilization of lawyers and loopholes. This is a world governed by iron and stone. In the center of the city stood a massive black pillar, the Stele of Hammurabi. It contained 282 laws carved deep into the rock for every citizen to see. Hammurabi understood a fundamental truth about human nature. He knew that if a man builds a system, but does not share the risk of that system collapsing, he will inevitably build a trap. The king did not believe in regulations. He did not believe in building inspectors. He believed in one absolute concept: skin in the game. Imagine an architect in Babylon. He is contracted to build a house for a wealthy merchant. He wants to increase his profit margin, so he buys cheaper wood. He mixes too much sand into the mortar. He covers the weak foundation with plaster. From the outside, the house looks perfect. It looks like a masterpiece.
Now safe.
The architect takes his payment. He walks away wealthy and secure. In the modern world, this is where the story ends. The builder goes home to his mansion, and the risk is entirely transferred to the buyer. The merchant and his family move in. They sleep under a roof that is fundamentally flawed, completely unaware that a ticking time bomb hangs directly over their heads. But reality cannot be bribed. A storm hits the city. The laws of physics do not care about profit margins or marketing. They only test structural integrity. The cheap wood groans, the diluted mortar crumbles, and in the middle of the night, the architect's lie is exposed. The house falls. In seconds, the merchant and his family are buried under tons of rubble. The architect's greed has a body count. The buyer paid the ultimate price for a risk he did not understand. In our modern world, the architect would hire a defense attorney. He would claim it was an act of God. He would declare bankruptcy, protect his personal assets, and start a new company the next day. But Babylon did not have limited liability. The architect is pulled from his bed. There is no trial lasting 5 years. There are no corporate bailouts. He is dragged directly to the black pillar, to the absolute unbending logic of King Hammurabi. The magistrate points to law number 229. If a builder builds a house for a man and does not make its construction firm, and the house collapses and causes the death of the owner of the house,
the builder shall be put to death.
In Babylon, the punishment for transferring fatal risk is not a fine, it is symmetry. That builder shall be put to death. That is skin in the game. That is how you build a civilization that lasts. You force the architect to sleep under the exact same bridge he just built. We no longer live in Babylon. We live in a world where the architects of collapse have legalized their own immunity. Look at the financial experts on your television, the consultants, the analysts. They wear spotless suits and confidently tell you exactly where to put your life savings. They sell you their predictions. But what happens when their prediction is wrong? The market crashes. You lose your retirement. You lose your home. You suffer the absolute physical reality of the loss. And the expert. He simply issues an apology, collects his massive consulting fee, and goes on television the next day to make another prediction. He transferred 100% of the risk to you. Never ever listen to a man who gets paid whether he is right or wrong. Advice without risk is not advice, it is a trap. The ancient Romans understood this. When a Roman engineer built an arch for a bridge, the law required him to stand directly underneath that arch when the scaffolding was removed. If the bridge was flawed, the engineer was the first man crushed. That is how you guarantee a masterpiece. You trust an airline pilot because you know that if he makes a fatal mistake, he dies with you. His fate is mathematically locked to yours. He has skin in the game. But you trust fund managers, politicians, and corporate CEOs who have a golden parachute. If they crash the economy, you burn, and they float away with a bonus. Why would you ever trust a pilot who is allowed to bail out before the plane hits the mountain? The modern world is designed to separate the decision maker from the consequence, and millions of people blindly follow these prophets of paper right off the cliff.
Men without risk.
How do you survive in a world entirely built on this asymmetry? First, you stop listening to people with soft hands. Do not trust the theorist. Do not trust the academic who studies war from a library, but has never smelled gunpowder. When a financial advisor tells you what stock to buy, do not ask him for his opinion. Ask him to open his portfolio. Ask him to show you exactly where his own money is. If his money is not where his mouth is, he is a fraud. They hide behind credentials. They hide behind Harvard degrees and perfectly formatted PowerPoint presentations. But a degree is not a guarantee of survival. It is just a receipt for a very expensive piece of paper.
You are not ready, and time is a luxury
I don't care what you think.
Of us
I don't care what you predict. I only care about what you have to lose if you are wrong. Theory is cheap. Reality is brutally expensive. If you want to know the path through the jungle, do not ask the man with the pristine map. Ask the man who is missing an eye and covered in scars, because scars are the only currency that reality respects. Scars mean you paid the price of admission. You must refuse to play their game. Do not be the client of a system that is designed to harvest your wealth without taking your risk.
Bound by your laws.
If you want true wealth, you must enter the forge yourself. You must build your own arch, and you must have the courage to stand directly underneath it. True wealth is not a hack. It is not a trick you learn from a consultant. True wealth is the exact mathematical reflection of the risk you are willing to bear. If there is no blood on the line, there is no glory in the victory. You cannot harvest the field if you did not risk your own life to defend it. The system wants you soft. The system wants you to outsource your thinking, your security, and your future to men who will never attend your funeral. Do not let them. Break the illusion. Become the architect of your own life. Do not ask for guaranteed safety, because guaranteed safety is the exact definition of a prison cell. You have a choice. You can walk the easy path, take the paycheck, and pray the bridge doesn't collapse. Or you can walk into the mud, build the foundation yourself, and own the empire. Hammurabi knew it 4,000 years ago. The law of the universe has not changed. If you want the power, you must accept the blade. Never trust a prophet, demand the scar.